What is up, guys? It's Hudson here today with another video. Today we are showing my Arcane speedrun through Horrific Vision of the Zoth or Grimmar. And what made me do this is I had a bunch of echoes of Nyalotha. I had like 6 vessels just sitting in my bag. I had some coalescing visions to buy some more vessels with, and I just had like a bunch of runs to do because I have all the gear I need for like Arcane, Frost, Fire, like essentially everything I need. There is maybe like one corruption that I needed, but I got it earlier this week for like a Frozen Orb build. But I needed to run a bunch of these, and I thought to make it a little bit more fun, what I would do is I would try to speed run it in my favorite spec, Arcane. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'm going to do a little bit of commentary while I do it. So this first zone, in order to like bypass all of these enemies, what I do is I pull them all, and then I'm going to invis towards the end. And what's so great about Arcane for doing this specific thing is that Invis is on a 2-minute cooldown, and it's called Greater Invisibility, right? So I believe it goes a little bit faster than Invis, like it triggers quicker, and it's on a shorter cooldown. And now I'm going to pull these, get my Arcane charges, because going into each boss you want to have 4 Arcane charges so you can like burst efficiently. I'm going to Frozen Nova, or Frost Nova so they stay over there, and then I'm going to Invis. This guy can see through Invis, which is completely fine because you want to engage him. But then I'm going to Rune of Power, Arcane Power, and then do this. And I sit in this specific spot because I found that, you know, you can't get pushed back any further if you're up against this like little like V right there. So kill him relatively quick with Arcane Power, go through. Also, heads up, I'm running Vision of Perfection Minor and Meme Beam Major. So I think you'll see me use Meme Beam up here. Gonna pull all of these. I do this instead of pulling everything in this zone, I do it in 2 pools. A little bit of a background. I ran this like 10 times. I had to figure out exactly what I wanted to do, and it took a while. But so I do have some background on this. This isn't just like a random run that I did, like, oh, let's speedrun Arcane. I actually did try to make this as efficient as possible. And you don't want to do those 2 pools. First off, because you have 2 casters that will cast Touch of Abyss on you. Second off, you don't need to. You don't actually, like, you don't need to have that stuff in the back killed until you get to it. And there's like a delay on the RP and stuff, so it's not actually necessary. So it makes it safer. The pool takes less time because you don't have to group everything up. I don't know any snap spots here. Maybe the snap spots could work, but as far as I know, I couldn't find any. There might be, not sure. If you know any, let me know in the comments, please. Because I'll try to speed run this again. Honestly, it's been pretty fun. It's made the visions a little bit more fun than normal. Normally, it's kind of like, oh, I gotta do this for my core if I want to get it before raid that week. But notice here, I actually don't have my Arcane charges going into this boss. It's not a bad thing because you can get him to trigger Void. It's like the timing is really weird. So what you do is if you get him down to below a certain point in health, he won't do Void Torrent. But I get him to do Void Torrent, and that's not a bad thing because I'm going to trigger it. Yep. And then Ice Block out of it. And it actually makes for a quicker boss fight if he does Void Torrent there. But if you do have your charges going in, you can get him to trigger his like bubble before he does Void Torrent, and he actually never does Void Torrent, if that's how you would like to play it. But I'd say that was a mistake, but didn't cost me very much there. Now here, I gotta pull this guy over, and then you gotta double blink, so you're out of his range, and invis to skip him. This skip's like huge time save. Huge time save, but it's kind of like, it's hard to execute. You might take a time or 2 to do it. If you just know that you have to double blink, like pull him to the right, double blink left, and then invis immediately, you should be fine. Because the whole problem, also here, notice my Arcane Power is on cooldown. It's like about a 1-minute cooldown with Vision of Perfection Minor. I'm also running an Ineffable Truth, like rank 1 of it. So I'm able to get a little bit more cooldown reduction off of Invis and Arcane Power. But by the time I'm done with that, I have my charges going into Rexar, and I have Arcane Power up, which is perfect. And I have Mean Beam up, which is really nice. Really, really nice. I hero here just to get him down quicker. I'd say he's probably the most dangerous boss in here, and I think this is the most efficient use of hero. I didn't even have to Mean Beam there, which is perfect. because I heroed. And going back to having to invis off that guy, it's risky, but it's definitely worth it. It saves you at least 30 seconds, probably more. And the reason, okay, so now going back to why I used the totem to come back, the totem actually, there's actually a lot of thought that went through all of this. The totem is the quickest way to get back because I don't have invis to get past all that shit that I invis past already. And now I am using an invis pot because my invis isn't off cooldown yet, right? So I'm not going to wait for it. I'm not going to pull everything. I'm going to use my invis pot, and then right here, the invis pot's just enough to get you towards the end, but you have to blink. I'm not sure if you can do this on other classes, if you can make it the whole way through with just an invis pot, but with an invis pot and a blink, you 100% can. Every time. I'm getting my charges up before I engage this boss now, and use Arcane power, kill him down pretty quick. And I would say the first two areas are generally the more difficult ones. The ones where you can save a lot of time if you do risky strategies. Now here, because in the next zone, right, because it has like the chains of ice or whatever the hell is on your feet, I'm just going to kill up these smallies before we go into the next zone. So, this whole strategy for this next zone is essentially to just like pull in like smaller packs, but like reasonable, right? So if you pull massive packs, this fucking guy, you see how that thing's not attacking me? That guy aggro's them, right? So you can't body pull anything. So it really sucks. I don't want to waste charges of, what is it, Blink? Because it's just like, that's how I'm going to get around this place mostly with this big ass slow. I need to get that guy over to me. Okay, so now that they're all grouped up, I'm going to use my Major Essence and get most of them down, and then go over to that next pack and kind of like AoE. Because the next pack's mostly smallies, so I'm going to be able to AoE most of them down pretty quick. But it sucks because I can't pull the stuff across the bridge because of the guy that like aggro's all of them. That's like helping you. Really dumb for trying to speedrun this, but yeah, I should evocate here, I believe. Yeah, evocate. I just leave that guy alive because it's not worth it for me to cast an Arcane Blast on him. Alright. Yep, here we are. Oh, kill this guy relatively quick. And then I get to the next group. I only have 2 more pulls until the big dude here. One group's going to be these like all these ads that I AoE down, and then the other one is going to be the like elite. And as fire, you can do the elite with it, and that's like the biggest transition for me is realizing that like you can't just pull the fucking elites with these because you'll get like fucked up. Actually, maybe you can. I might try that in some later runs, but I've actually used all my vessels. I've done like 10 to like 13 of these, and yeah, I got some more echoes left, but I'm gonna save a couple of them. I think this is my last speed run for a week or 2, but I wait here to get some mana, yeah, and I don't want to use Arcane Power on this guy, I realized, because he goes down pretty quick even without Arcane Power, just with a Rune of Power and 4 stacks. That was dumb. I thought I was smart there. I thought I was going to make the freaking play and shimmer out and then, like, displacement back. But I displacement back far too quick. It's pretty dumb of me. But you see how this guy goes down very quick. And then I have Arcane Power up for the next boss, who has about, I think he has like not twice as much exactly, but nearly twice as much. So the Arcane Power, like, I won't waste any Arcane Power by overkilling on this guy. Now, mind you, I'm playing this guy pretty bad. I'm not perfect by any means, but I think my strategy is pretty good. I can execute way better. This is so dumb. I sit in this and then get stunned to the fucking orb. I had never even sat in one of those in my life, so I thought that I could just sit in it and just take damage, insanity, and I thought, oh, I'm in Arcane Power, I'm in my rune, I'm just not gonna move. But they knock you back, apparently. I thought, like, if anything, it would stun you, but I guess it knocks you back. And then I got stunned by the orb. Pretty dumb decision, I guess, by me, but I didn't know better. Now, going into this next zone, it's going to be 3 pools? Yeah. So the first pool is going to be, like, these 4, and remember that you have to touch these totems, so, like, you're going to want to kite them back, kind of. I think I just used my Major on this, because you have to touch the first one first, and then the second one. And the biggest thing to know for this zone, that like actually just the entire place, the two most dangerous mobs in this entire vision are the guy that casts Void Buffet and it puts the debuff on you to take more damage, and then also the casters that cast Touch of the Abyss. And that's kind of like why I do the pool separately as well in that first zone, right? Now, coming back, like, let's go to Invis usage right here, right? So I've had my Invis on, like, be able to use for a while now. So, like, where would I use it best? I think this is one of the better places to use it to get past that pack. So whenever you pull everything here, right, you just don't have, like, you know what I mean? You don't have that extra stuff, because this is probably, I'd say, the most dangerous pack, maybe. I, missed my interrupt on that, or interrupted something earlier, I believe. But Void Buffet's, like, super fucking dangerous. I'm up to hella stacks, and I actually proc my cheat death here. Mad dangerous. Mad dangerous here. But this pool's definitely worth the time. I played this one a little bad. I think, honestly, what I should do is focus the Void guy, interrupt that Shaman so everybody's in together, and then AoE down. And I think that would actually be more efficient and a little bit more dangerous, but I think it'd be more efficient. Now, I Arcane Power here. You might think, oh, why would you Arcane Power? You're about to go kill the last boss. Well, don't forget, we have the two guards in front still to do. And that means that when I Arcane Power here, I have like 50 seconds coming out of the boss. You kill him in like 10 seconds or something. Yeah. So we go to those guards, and because we don't have Invis, the other spot that you can use Invis is to get past the like pack before the guards, but it's not worth it because you just AoE them down anyway when you're AoEing the guards, and it kind of even gives you extra damage on the guards because of the talents you take for AoE and Arcane. So now that we so now that we come over here, we just get the guards down, and by the time we're done with these guards, we have just Thrall left to do. Now, whenever I'm gonna get horrified by these because I couldn't get them both down in time, but normally you can get them down in time if you're AoE and all that. Oh, pardon me. Of course that thing comes out right when I'm casting. Of course it does. But we come in. I've got my charges, my Arcane charges. I'm gonna eat up my. I'm gonna use a orb here, just because, like, fuck it, might as well. It's a little bit of a time loss to cast it, but, like, who really cares? And it saves me. I actually died on this from the fucking, boars and their, like, void shit. Because normally, like Frost and Fire, they cleave them down passively, so the first time I did this, I died from them because they weren't passively cleaving. But what you have to do on this to get the boars down is just use your fucking Major Essence, or, like, if you don't have your Major available because you're doing something else, like, just AoE them down. But you probably should get them down, honestly, because they will fuck your sanity up. Even if you're killing, like, Thrall, like, insanely fast, you need to get those boars down very quickly. And essentially just dodge everything. Use your Arcane Power at the beginning. And a couple more things to note before we finish stuff. I'm playing, like, the regular AoE spec, I would say. You can check my other videos for it. I'm running my AoE essences that Azurite traits in my last video that I mentioned. So you can go check that out if you want to see what I'm doing there. I'm not running the typical Major Essence, as you can see. I'm running Meme Beam, which I already mentioned. And as far as because I'm running Vision of Perfection Minor, it's like not really worth it to run it's worth it to run 2 unused trinkets, is what I'm trying to say. You don't want to run a Psyche Shredder. You would rather just run 2 unuses, so every time that Arcane Power is up, you'll have a unuse to use it with. And I mean, that's really it. It's not terribly hard. It's nothing like competitive. This is just something fun to do. I timed in at, I think, 13 minutes. I haven't looked, but I'll probably look after this video, I guess, and see how long it takes other people to do it. But it was just something fun I thought I could do. So I thought it'd be a fun video to make, and I actually enjoyed it a lot. If you have any, like, I don't know, any timed runs yourself, or if you guys have any comments, thought there's ways for me to improve this, maybe I could make an edited version of this, like, 2 weeks from now, and try to improve my time or something. If you want to try it out. Send a video and like send me like some feedback on if you got a faster time or think there's stuff to improve. And I guess like if you like the video, send me a like. Subscribe. If you didn't like the video, send some comments. If you like the video, send some comments. If you have any sort of feedback, please let me know. I appreciate it all. Been getting a crap ton of feedback, and I try to respond to everybody. It makes me super happy hearing from the community. And I guess that's really it. Anyway, take it easy. See you later.